Nathan, please get the round of applause ready for a pop culture phenomenon. After starting his career in public service, even serving as a chief of police in Texas, he eventually found his true calling among some of the planet's most magnificent creatures. He created a haven for big cats at his very own zoo in Oklahoma. Then came a documentary that changed everything. As the world stood still in 2020, millions were introduced to his larger-than-life story, a story full of love for animals, battles for survival, and a rivalry that made headlines around the globe. But most recently, he's shown once again that his love knows no boundaries, marrying his husband, Jorge, while continuing to build his next chapter from within the walls that can't contain his spirit. Please welcome to the show, Joe Exotic!
Hello, Joe.
How you doing, man?
We're good, man. Coming to us live from prison at the moment. Can you just describe the situation? Like, where are you at the moment? Are you just standing at a phone booth in the prison? Are you in your own special room? Like, where are you?
Keep in mind, I'm not in a normal prison. I'm in a federal medical center. There's no bars or jail cells.
Okay.
It's like dorms.
Okay.
So, we have phones lined up in the hallway that you can use.
Right, and do you have access to those phones 24/7, or have you got to be monitored as you're using the phones?
No, just about every day. Yeah.
Okay. Now, Joe, you just married your husband, Jorge, who you met in prison?
Yeah, actually, clear back in November.
You
You got
got
married back in
November.
November. Okay.
Yeah, the news media just now figured it out.
They've just picked it up.
Right.
Well, can you just
Did you want to keep it secret, Joe?
Well, I mean, I really don't want to get so much into that because, he is going to be deported, and I don't want anything happening to him at the border by the cartel kidnapping him because everybody thinks I'm a millionaire.
Oh, so you think he might be kidnapped by the cartel if we talk about him?
Well, high profile and all of that, I mean, that could put him in danger, so I would rather not.
So how long have you guys been together now?
Almost a year.
Okay, and he's getting deported, but then how much longer do you have in prison now?
Well, I mean, I'm on appeal, so I'm really praying to God President Trump or Nigel or somebody over in the United Kingdom can call President Trump and tell him to sign my clemency or sign my pardon because, I don't know if you saw Tiger King season 2, but the so-called hitman and all of the witnesses that testified against me have admitted to perjury. So I don't understand why I'm still here. So I'm hoping between my appeal or a pardon that I may get out of here by this year.
Wow.
Have you heard anything from Trump or anyone in his administration? Like, have you heard anything about getting the pardon?
Back in 2020, Don Jr. was written for me, and President Trump acknowledged me during a White House briefing. It's just a big political circus. But, here in America, I have Joe Rogan, Dana White, Congressman Matt Gaetz, Congresswoman Lauren Boebert.
Yeah.
Andrew Tate, he's a huge supporter of mine. He actually offered $2 million cash to any attorney or whoever can get me to get this pardon.
Hang on, Andrew Tate offered $2 million to get your pardon.
He has offered $2 million in Rolling Stones magazine, yes, publicly.
Wow.
Didn't you offer Trump $5 million, like your first $5 million, if you got out for a pardon as well?
I would, and I would sign a contract in blood to that. If he would let me out, and I will comfortably go to Mexico with George, and hell, I'll be a millionaire the minute I hit the sidewalk. Between the movie offers that I have and the book deals that I have offered and everything else. It wouldn't take me 6 months to raise $5 million to get that gold card.
Say you get out. Say Trumpy gives you the pardon. You go to Mexico with George. And what would you do? Would you start up another sanctuary? Would you just move into more performance spaces or TV or book? What would you do?
Okay, well, my goal is for us to move to Cozumel. Because I've always wanted to live in Cozumel because it's as close to
beautiful part
being
of the world.
in the Mediterranean as you can get,
Yeah.
And I've been offered a world tour to do a concert with my music.
Wow.
Well,
And
Stagecoach
then,
just happened, Joe, and I know. I mean, obviously, it's a big country music festival. You did a bit
I
of
saw
country
a Tiger.
music.
We love that song.
Would you? What if Stagecoach came knocking, and would you get up on stage there?
Absolutely.
Would you sing? Well, what would you sing? Would you sing new songs, originals? I mean, would you sing that Carol Baskin song that went really viral on TikTok?
Well, that wasn't me.
No, but you can do a cover.
but
You can do your own version.
You know the
Carol
words, Joe.
Baskin.
You remember the words, Joe?
All of my music, I never intended for it to really become anything because all of my songs were wrote in memory of little kids that I granted last wishes for. So, the song This Old Town and Alyssa's Memories is probably my favorites out of all of them.
Well, Joe, we're known for our hits. We're known for you hearing the hits before they hit. Could you sing? I mean, I know it's a lot to ask. Could you sing on for us right now?
No.
I
He
saw a
hasn't warmed up
tiger.
the vocal cords
Oh
yet,
yeah,
Jimmy.
get it warm up.
Oh, yeah.
I have not sang in 8 years since I've been in prison, and
Not for
I've been
George?
through chemo and radiation and
Oh.
Did you
and
sing for
puking
George
for
at the
a
wedding?
year, so until I get out of here and be in the studio and practice for at least 3 weeks, I'm not.
No,
I'm
fair
not.
enough.
Sorry, Dave.
We were talking about Carol Baskin just before. Have you spoken to her since you've been in prison?
I've never spoken to her in my life.
She's never tried to reach out to you while you've been in there?
Well, she never tried to reach out to me, but she went public in 2020 and offered to help me get a pardon.
If she did, contact you whilst you were in prison, would you take that phone call? Would you talk to her, or would you want to not have any
I
contact
would,
with
absolutely, in a heartbeat.
her? What would you say to her?
Well, first of all, Netflix made mine and Carol's little feud way out of proportion.
Sure.
Because Carol made millions convincing her fans and her followers that I abused baby tigers, by taking them away from their mom and letting you pay to play with them. I made tons of money on JoeExoticTV.com, making my followers and my fans believe she killed her husband and she was batshit crazy because she's 50 years old and she wears flowers around her head, for God's sake, and it was so simple.
Yeah.
And believe it or not, that was pretty much the extent of our fight. Was we just used each other to make money.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about the love between you and George, because obviously married now and stuff. Are you guys allowed to be? I mean, I know you're in the medical facility at the moment, but are you guys allowed to be in the same room? How does it work with being with each other?
We're in the same prison, but we're in different buildings, and we spend 5-6 hours a day together at rec.
Oh, okay, that's good.
Do you get to have sex? Is there rooms for that? Have you consummated the marriage?
No.
You have.
You have.
They let you do that?
Do what?
Have sex in the prison?
No, absolutely not.
Oh.
Wait, but have you ever done a sneaky though? Or you can't do that either?
Can we get off of that subject and talk about my freedom?
Well, I mean, we're about to have
an election.
We're about to have an election here. So the two contestants. It's not MasterChef. We've got
Candidates.
Yeah, we've got Peter Dutton and Anthony Albanese. What do you want to say? Because one of these two will be the Prime Minister.
Yeah, this weekend
of our country.
We vote on the 3rd.
Within days, Joe. So what do you want to say to the Prime Minister of Australia who could potentially help your pardon? What do you want to say?
Whoever wins to be Prime Minister of Australia, Steve Irwin was a colleague of mine.
Joe, how about this? If one of our Prime Minister, or whoever gets in as Prime Minister, manages to get you out, but you have to move to Australia with George, would you move here?
I would move to Australia and do my charity work in Australia and my conservation work in Australia. Absolutely.
Here's what we're going to do, right? We're friends with Albo, who could potentially. He's the current Prime Minister. Can you say vote 1 Anthony Albanese, and we'll play it for him?
Everybody, this is Joe Exotic, and I want you to vote for Anthony Albanese to be Prime Minister of Australia.
Oh, so good, Joe. That is so good, buddy. Mate, we are absolutely stoked to have had you on the show. You're a good man. Good luck with everything. Keep
We wish
reaching
you,
out
wish
to
you
Trump.
good health, mate. We're sorry about the big C.
We
And
wish you-
hopefully George is all good.
Yeah, hopefully.
I appreciate the platform and you giving me a voice, and maybe with a little luck, Mr. Albanese will make that phone call, and me and you and George can be neighbors.
Oh, we'll hang out together, Joe.
Imagine.
Joe, thank you very much. You enjoy the rest of your day, okay?
Thank y'all.
Thank you.
Thanks, Joe.
Thanks, Joe.